a very ill-chosen week for a sort of holiday week. And I've had so many plans for the allotment. And I think I've concentrated yesterday on planting my lettuces in. And I would like to take you through the stages from sowing them, probably about 5 weeks ago, to pricking them, and to putting them in a greenhouse, and eventually, in a polytunnel, and eventually planting them out. They are as tough as people say, and let's have a look how we fared with the lettuces this year. Lettuces and Mizzunas, and so what we have, Rolo Rosso. I don't think it germinated very well, so I might leave that a little bit longer. This one is a lettuce called Mazur. This one is Great Lakes, and that one is, oh, it's difficult to lay. I mean, these really, what are these? Mustard, Great Ruby Streaks, I think. Great Ruby Streaks. This one is Mizuna Red something. I need to sort out my labeling better. It's not ideal. This is another one of Master de Mizzunas. This one is Wasabi. Finally, I got around to pricking these lettuces, and the first one I'm doing is Lolo Rosso, and I use basically my dibber to make the hole and push the seedling in. Just work very gently around it. It's got very sort of narrow sort of this bead, which goes really good if you want to put a seedling in. It's like a multi-purpose almost tool, and this is starting to have second quite deep root on this one. So I was hoping, sometimes I like if they come out with a little bit of the soil they've been in, but these are starting to have second leaves, and this variety is actually called, I don't know if I mentioned that, Lolo Rosso. So that came out a little bit better. It came out with, and I know you shouldn't be handling it by the stem, but I just managed to pull some of the leaves of the previous one. So this one, let's have a look. I've got some started. I should have six seedlings out of there. That's probably all I really need. Very long roots, I would say. For such a small little plant. And that one came out with a bit of a soil, which is quite nice. It's quite small, so we plonked the whole thing. And I've decided now that if I am not actually sowing, if I'm sowing one cell per, which with some plants I do, I will not use the seed compost. I'll use just a multi-purpose compost. That saves really on having them transplanted. And if I do like multi-sowing and I don't want to all of them to come out, then I will so if I'm sowing one seed per cell, always multi-compost. If I'm selling in little trays, then I use the seed compost. So the next one I'm doing is called lettuce Mazur, and got quite lots of seedlings of that and quite good ones, so let's have a look how that works. So this definitely more vigorous, definitely have already the second. Maybe I left it a little bit too long for it. I've seen lots of people prick the lettuces when they are much smaller, but as it happened, we had some things which could not wait, and I couldn't get around it to do this a couple of days ago. So, well, these ones are actually so much easier to prick. I find these videos when people pricking things quite boring, so I'm going to stop at that. So that was the stage of pricking them, and then they went to a polytunnel for, I don't know, 10 days, and they grew immensely during that time. So yesterday they looked more than ready to be transplanted out. I just came to collect my lettuces to be planted, and well, it just shows you what little bit of cover does for your potatoes in the buckets. They all sprouted, and they were barely visible, but I thought they will be set back if we don't take them in. And obviously now every single of these buckets has sprouts on, so they have to stay here for foreseeable future. In the meantime, I'm going to be planting those lettuces today. So these are my lettuces as of today. They're really very ready to go into the ground, so I'm going to be carrying on regardless and interplanting them in this bed with the onions. We lost some to that infamous mouse, but I think some of them will still recover if I just leave it longer in a polytunnel. But they're really ready and they're leaning to the light, so let's give them some space and light to grow in. I've planted all the salads in yesterday and I forgot to film it, but worried terribly about them. So these are the wasabi mustard. These are the Great Lake lettuces, and these are the these are the Great Lake lettuces. These are the Lolo Rosso and some more of the Mazur variety. They look very similar, but also all the Mizzunas and so on. I mean, they are as hardy as old boots. All of them survived these, I don't know, -5, -6 temperatures. So the onions were lying down when I came here, obviously still distressed, but the lettuces were absolutely fine. Thank you for watching Allotment in the Field, and please let us know your thoughts, and consider subscribing if you would like to see some more of our antics. Thank you.